Hi everybody, we're picking up our story now, nearly a week after you last saw me in Trent Mersey at the Acton pub. We had a bit of a mini heat wave and we didn't really move very well. We did move, but it was such short distances that I just didn't even bother getting the camera out. So from the Acton we moved about half an hour down the canal to the Swan with Two Nicks in search of trees to shade under. It was so hot. Then we did that for a day, so I didn't record that day, and then we moved forward and filled it with water at the old number 7, and I ended up in Lim, and I spent 2 days in Lim. So again, none of that was recorded. And then from Lim I did a little short hop to Walton, pulled up at Walton and then stayed there for a night, and then from there I basically shot through Prestonbrook Tunnel and ended up staying at Acton Bridge, which is the site of a major breach a couple of years back, and I managed just to get the boat stopped right on the breach line, as you can see from the photograph. So this is where we pick the story back up. So this video will be Acton Bridge back to Anderton area. So sorry for not recording, but you didn't really see much apart from me sweating quite a lot because of the heat. So yeah, let's crack on. Good morning. We will be continuing our journey back towards the Anderton area. We're just having our walk with Sam Bobs. There's a boat here, derelict boat. And to be honest with you, pretty sure I've seen the same boat in Broken Cross, which is in between Northwich and Middlewich. It's funny because when you go past it on the other side, there's a sign on the window saying broken down. I'm pretty much certain that's a bit more than broken down, as in it's knackered. And I could even like to say, well, it's somebody's pride and joy, but, well, is it? Anyway, less said the better, I suppose. So Senna's getting a bit stupid now, look, in the water. Senna, what are you doing? Come on, let's have a walk back to the boat and get your breakfast. Come on, come on. So, breakfast time, and then we'll get our way. We're going to try and get to Salterford Tunnel for 10:30 passage. Because I'm not killing myself. I could sort of like sprint and untie and everything now, but I don't think I want to be in that much of a rush, to be honest with you. So I'm not going to. A day today. It's very overcast, but it's still warm. Some would say it's actually a better conditions to sail in today than there has been for the last couple, because it's not absolutely roasting. But I have felt a few spots of rain, but I've just felt another one then. But hey, we'll take the good with the bad, and we'll see how we get on. I spent a fair portion of the day in tunnels today, so might not be the biggest issue in the world. Oh, better get a bit of a turn on there. before I crash. Rhythm this morning yet. You sometimes have to just find that little sweet spot on the speed, and I've just not quite found it yet because I've had to do stop starting with all the boats moored, but I'll get there. It'll be fine. It's just like now, it's going a little bit too fast. Just knock a tudge off. There you go, a sweet spot. That's the sweet spot. Beautiful. Going just fast enough. Tailor's not rattling around like a mad thing. Engine's not killing me. Eardrums. That's the sweet spot. Of course, when you have to slow down for a moored boat, you lose it, and then you have to find it again. Well, ultimately, I think I'm going to miss the tunnel timings. So I didn't give myself enough time basically to get there. I thought it was much closer than it actually is. Forgot about all the moored boats I was going to have to slow down for. Well, never mind, we'll just wait for the next one. It's only 10 minutes to get through it, and to be honest with you, what's the rush? I've got all day.
Side of something real, but somehow I lost you on the way. I assumed you left me behind. Lifeless days and sleepless nights, so tired of it. I can't get you off my mind, can't forget it. Now I know what I've got to do is find my way back to you. Hey, why did it take us so long?
So, a couple of those last boats that came out of the tunnel were basically, well, I'm going to swear and say naughty words, but I won't. They're idiots. They come flying out of the tunnel. I'm tied up here on the centre line. They didn't even slow down, just barrel roll past me. Because what happens when a boat goes too fast past you, it drags you along with them. And because when you're on the centre line, well, the centre line's attached to the top of your boat, whereas the bow line and the stern line are attached to the bottom of the boat. So when the boat gets dragged, I can't explain it. When the boat gets dragged on the centre line, it pulls the boat over to the side because it's pulling the boat from the top, whereas the bow line, it's level with the bank, so it's not pulling it from anything. It's parallel with the bank. If you understand that, well, great, but that's the only way I can explain it. So of course, if they go too fast and you're on your centre line, it tilts your boat right over because the centre line's obviously trying to stop it from moving. And your boat tilts over like so. And we had a casualty yesterday through somebody going too fast while I was on the centre line. So my Sarah Moon picture ended up in pieces on the floor because same thing happened. Somebody went past me too fast coming out of Preston Brook tunnel while I'm waiting to go in, dragged the boat backwards. It's on its centre line, so when the centre line tightens, it heels the boat over that way. And of course the ensuing rock and bang meant Sarah Moon picture fell off the wall and smashed the frame. Not happy about that. So I could accept the first one doing it because he was a higher boat and they don't know any better. But the second one, private boat, you should know better. Should know better. Absolute idiot. Like, I've got no words to describe it. Barnton Tunnel next. Barnton Tunnel doesn't have a timing on it because it's so short. It has got a kink in the middle so you can't quite see the other end, but it's not that long, so I'll just spin the camera around and you'll be able to see the entrance to it. Spin around out. Like most things on the canal, it's always round a bend that's going to surprise you. Obviously I've been through this tunnel before so I know exactly where it is. So the only time I'm going to get a look through it to see if there's another boat coming is when I'm right on it. Happened to me on the way up. I had to virtually get my nose right in only to see a boat coming. Still can't see into it. So I'll not know until I'm virtually in it. But we'll take a punt. We can always back out if we have to. It's looking good, can't see no headlights. When I get in I'll give a blast on the horn. You can't see right until you're in it. So there was a boat coming, and now there's another boat coming, who I think's just crept in as I'm pissing about trying to get out. Hashtag annoyed me. Nearly took my chimney off. This is what tunnels were like in the old days. Take a punt and go through. If you met somebody halfway through, you were hashtag knackered. When we were kids, we did meet somebody going through and they refused be no power cluster on like O'Reilly. I'll have to do it the old fashioned way, of reversing, then stopping, straightening up in forwards, then reversing. And you can get a little bit frustrated because as soon as you start going off course, you have to put it into forward gear then and straighten out. Of course that then saps all your backward momentum. So it does become a slow process going backwards if you want to do it patiently and properly. Sometimes you're not really allowed the opportunity to be patient. Just as you come out of Salterford Tunnel, there's a nice 90-degree bridge that you have to tackle. Spin it around and you can have a look. The bridge is okay, but you've got to do a 90 degree to get into it, and then you have to do nearly that's like an 80 degree to come out of it. And like I say, you've got no visibility, so you just have to hit and hope. Pray that there's nobody coming. Just gonna gentle drop and reverse. And still over. Probably made that hard than it actually should have been. So I'm under now, going through. Of course, I can't see whether there's anything coming. So going with plenty of room on my right hand side, so that when I do the turn to the left, I can swing my arse out. You see how the canal narrows, widens slightly as you come out of the wrist. That's in theory to give you the swing that you need. So we're approaching the landslide site soon, and we'll see whether they've done any work to it. I'm very much doubtful they have, but we will see as we go through. I can see the yellow buoys are out already, so that means they've probably done nothing. They're probably negotiating with the utilities, because it's their side of the canal that slipped in, and they're not going to spend any money, are they? Nobody is. So we may just have for the rest of our days a narrow channel at this section of canal, one boat width, which is fine. So no real effort in clearing the landslide. It ain't gonna get cleared, is it? Let's face it. Nobody's gonna rack up the money to do that. And if it's not CRT's land, well, then I don't want CRT to rack up the money for it either. Those boats just can live with this channel. You know what I mean? Just keep it dredged, and that's fine. Don't waste our money on it. jammed. I've just had to stop that 2 boats through this bridge. There's a boat behind them. Nobody seems to know what they're doing.
Make it last forever. Stop in time. Yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, hold tight. Chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight.
It's either be the manoeuvre of the century or the disaster of the century.
All because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies. Only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me move.
That went better than expected. I nearly panicked when I saw you.
Where are you going now?
I'm just going to moor up round the corner. I hope. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was pretty good manoeuvre, to be honest with you. It was a little bit dodgy at the beginning when I was trying to get past Reimer, Thomas the Reimer, but after that it all went pretty stellar. They got it going backwards so fast that it didn't have time to deviate, of course. So yeah, I was quite made up with that. I was quite aggressive with the accelerator. As you have to be sometimes. I don't like being aggressive with the accelerator. I just like to be nice and gentle and let it do what it's doing, but sometimes you've got to give it the beans. And that's what I did. So hopefully we're just going to find a nice spot. I've been a gentleman and let the boat that waited for me to do my Yui through. And if he takes my parking spot now, I'll be annoyed. But no worries, there's one here. I can always turn back round and we'll go from there. So, several wacky manoeuvres later, the boat I let through, being very kind after I'd done my manoeuvre at the services, then went and pinched my parking spot. And I had a feeling he was going to do that. I was hoping there was 2, but the first one there was no rings and it was concrete, so I couldn't get a pin in. So, and then he's at the last spot. But hey, that's the luck of the draw. So I turned back round and now I'm parked just in front of a hire boat. But yeah, it's 2 o'clock. Nice little cruise, bashing around a little bit in the tunnels. But hey, whatever. Sen has enjoyed himself, haven't you, Sen? You enjoyed yourself, Sen? You don't care, do you? You just want to get up in a minute, don't you? So I'll get to take her off, have a was. And then I'll do one with yours. Like, do the bin. We've got to put a bin bag in it. Do the toilet. Wash up. And then basically sit and relax. Happy days. Happy days. You see we had a casualty, as I was saying before on the vid. No picture, Sarah Moon picture. That's down there. I have got it back together. I just need some screws or something, or some glue to glue it back together. Very upsetting. That's been in our family for a long time. But hey. Oh no, look at this. Oh hello. Oh, you got a tummy rupkins. So I'm not sure who's living the life of Riley. I'm pretty sure it isn't me. I'm pretty sure it's somebody else on this boat. Is it you, Senna? Huh? Good girl. So that's me and Senna signing off. And we will see where we're going after this. This is now going to make some decisions soon now where I want to go. So I'll think about it and you'll find out when I'm videoing it, if I'm videoing it. Of course I will. Well, this time, this one X. Oh, not impressed with them, are you?